Hi there and welcome to tuxacher.com, and in today's episode we want to talk about the usage of the Alt key in the Lightroom development module. You probably use the Alt key like, for example, while sharpening your images, but there are a lot of other options in the development module. Okay, let's start a look at it. Okay, let's start Lightroom, and maybe this image should be pretty good for demonstration, and change to the development module. And now we can talk about the first options with the Alt key. If you apply some settings and go to the copy button, you normally get a dialog displayed where you can choose the different settings which are to be copied maybe to another image. If you do the same with the Alt key in combination, the dialog to choose the settings to be copied is skipped. There's another alternative with the Alt key in the main window. Here you see the reset button to reset all the settings you have done so far in this module. But if you press the Alt key, this button is switched to set default, where you can make those settings you choose as a default for the camera model you took this shot with. Okay, press cancel. In the basic area of the development module, you can choose the highlights or blacks and shadows and apply a little bit more detail in this. There's the Alt key is very helpful to see if the whites are burned out and bring them down a little bit, just like this. And pure white indicates all channels are burned out, and if you get a color, at least one of the color channels has some detail. The same is true for whites and of course for the blacks or shadow settings, where you can easily determine there is no more detail left in the shadows. The next thing you probably already used is detail. Okay, we go to a 100% view. If you press the Alt key and go to sharpening, the view is converted to black and white view, which is easier to determine the amount of sharpness you want to apply to the picture. The radius setting works the same way. Here you get a converted monochrome mask where you can see the edges and the amount of sharpening around those edges. Same is true for detail. This is very helpful to determine not to overdo sharpening settings to the image. And the last one, go to regular view, is masking, where you can apply a mask to the sharpening. And there you can see that the black areas are not sharpened at all, while the white areas are sharpened according to the above settings. There is another alternative for the Alt key in the crop mode. Usually if you want to crop a picture, it goes into the left corner or right corner if you start at the left corner. But doing the same with the Alt key, it does a cropping towards the center of the image. Okay, let's go back to the basic. You maybe notice one other effect of the Alt key. In these areas here, if I press the Alt key, I get an additional button, reset tone, or here reset presence, where you can reset all the settings you've done in this or in this area. Okay, let's go to lens corrections. If you don't apply a lens profile, you probably want to take care of chromatic aberration. Okay, therefore we need to enlarge the picture. And now if you go to, let's say, purple with the Alt key, you see the effects where the chromatic aberration is masked out in the image. This allows you a pretty precise definition of the amount of these settings. Now let's go to split toning. Here you can influence highlights and the shadows with a different color temperature. We go back to the normal view, and if you do this with the Alt key, this is shown to you at a 100% saturation and allows a lot better judging of the effect. And one last thing, if you apply correction filter, that's what you probably know from Photoshop. It's darkened, that's okay. And if you apply this, you see here the size of the brush with a little plus sign inside the circles. Now if I marked an area I don't want to make darker, I can press the Alt key and the sign in the brush turns to a minus sign, and now I can delete the area from the mask. Okay, that were the main additional settings you reach with the Alt key. Maybe not all are useful for your kind of workflow, but a couple of them allow you to judge the influence of the settings to the image more precisely. Okay, that was my little video about the usage of the Alt key in the development module. Maybe the list of the options is not complete, so if you know of another one, just let me know in the comments and I will add it to the table in the blog post. I would like to hear from you either in the comments or if you subscribe my video channel or just comment my blog post. Till next time, ciao, Tux Oche.